The following is a presentation of the Nerd Complex Podcast Network.
We would like to welcome you to Audio Suplex Live, brought to you by the Nerd Complex Podcast Network.
Welcome. How are you?
It's June 17th?
17th. It is June 17th, 2017.
I like how Corey said that in question form.
I don't
is.
know.
It's June-ish?
I don't really know the date ever anymore.
So, it is June 17th, 2017. We are ready and live and able and Gable.
No, we're not.
We're not Gable.
Nope, they are not on the card.
Much like our friend,
Alpha, not on the card.
much like our friend Ty Dillinger, who you saw in our thumbnail for the episode preview. American Alpha missing in action. We have no idea. If you guys know the whereabouts of Chad Gable and Jason Jordan, give us a call at 1-800-audiosuplex.live and we will
.com /
save American Alpha.
I like how SmackDown had a problem with no tag teams, and now they're not doing anything with.
They have like an abundant. They're a cup overflow with tag teams. I mean,
Not quality.
I don't know, man. They have the best tag team on both brands going right now in Breezango. The Fashion Popo is the best thing going on.
They
on
are
television.
just killing it.
So, all right. So we are here for one reason and one reason only, and that is to break down Money in the Bank 2017. As always, I am Travis. Across the table from me is my esteemed co-host, Glasses Ferdinand himself.
Sorry that the light is fucking with the camera.
Well,
I need sunlight.
quit being such an amateur.
Disorder.
Corey, how are you doing?
I am doing good. I got my surge,
Yeah.
so I'm ready to
Shouts
go.
out to the Coca-Cola Company.
Thanks for bringing it back.
Yeah.
I appreciate you finally responding to my letters after years.
Yes. And if you do want to sponsor us, once again, that's Audio Suplex Live / give us money. So,
None of those are real links. Don't go to those. Don't waste your time.
Corey, who's joining us this week?
We got some friends of ours of the show. The pre-show stopper himself,
Sean
McMahon, no relation.
No, none at all.
What's up, brother? How you been?
Doing good. One of my more favorite events of the year, Money in the Bank. I actually got to see one live a couple years ago out in Columbus. I believe that night's main event was the Ambrose Rollins ladder match for the title.
Huh.
Damn.
Good times.
All right. And we have a host of our sister show, Erectile Dysfunction, Josh Fenn, is on the show as well.
Hi, guys.
It's a sister show right now, but it is mid-transition to a brother show.
It'll get there soon enough. I'm just trying to raise some funds.
That's Audio Suplex Live /
I'm excited. This is the one I wanted to cover a couple weeks ago before that Raw one.
Oh,
Like, 'cause that fucking Raw one was terrible.
what? Extreme Rules?
It ended up being all right.
Extreme Rules was my exact quote was it was better than it had any right to be.
Yeah.
But is that still good?
That's for Raw standards, yeah. If I go away
The main
from
event was good.
Yeah, the main event was fantastic. If I go away from a Raw pay-per-view going, okay, I
Not
don't
bad.
feel like I wasted 2.5 hours, 3 hours, which hilarious to me that most Raw pay-per-views end up being shorter than actual Raw itself.
Yeah, that blows my mind.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
No commercials.
They'll spend 4 3-hour-long shows, so you're talking 12 hours hyping up a 2.5-hour pay-per-view.
Well, that's because they're not doing 45-minute promos to start the show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
also
the
true.
promos are already... Now, they do play the package of all the promos from the last 3 weeks.
It's a good-looking package, too.
Sometimes.
Yeah. So, all right, cool. So kind of piggybacking before we get into the card here off of what Sean said, I'm going to go all out and say Money in the Bank is one of my favorite pay-per-views of the year.
Same.
In my opinion, obviously there's the big four, which will be Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, and SummerSlam. But if you were to pick a fifth of that big four, if you expanded to Bad Blood would definitely be but if you expanded it to a sixth one, it would definitely be Money in the Bank.
No Way Out.
No way.
Breakdown. What's the one where AAA or
Insurrection.
Oh, Taboo Tuesday.
Cyber Sunday.
Cyber Sunday. When are we going to watch one of those, Corey?
Soon. We got ECW One Night Stand 2006
Well, that's
we're
not the
gonna
next
do.
one.
I know.
The next one that we're doing is Money in the Bank
Something
2010.
Correct. And then we're doing a WCW one.
Then we're doing Great American Bash, I believe it is, 1989.
Even through the sunglasses,
Yeah.
I just saw his eyes roll.
He should be
WCW.
he should be okay because this is actually regarded as the best WCW
pay-per-view of all time.
What's the main event on that card?
I can't remember right off the top of my
probably a
head,
bunch
but I
of people I've
know
never heard
It's
of.
probably Flair.
Ric Flair's on it. I believe Sting is on it. It might actually even be for the world title between those two.
It's Surfer Sting too.
The Great Muta is on it. Like it's a stacked card from top to bottom.
believe
It's like
it's
a variable.
fabulous.
It's got Lex Luger moving in
It's
slow motion.
it's a who's who of like the best card of all time. So, but anyway, so that's not what we're here to talk
Neither
about.
here
this
nor
week.
there.
Yeah, that is neither here nor there. Joe, that you're looking at the card for Money in the Bank 2010.
Yes, I am. It was.
We're talking about Great American Bash 1989.
okay.
I'm sorry, dude.
The main event of
I like
that
how you
was
couldn't even let him
Sheamus
say it. He just had
Joe,
to move his mic
but I'm
away.
actually curious. What was the main event
John
of
Cena and Sheamus
John Cena and Sheamus.
in a cage
in a
match
steel cage match?
Yep.
featuring the Nexus. Spoiler.
Anyway, so but that's not. We're not here to talk about Money in the Bank 2010. We're not here to talk about Great American Bash 1999. We're not even here to talk about December to Dismember. We are here to talk about
We should talk about
Money in the Bank 2017. We are a couple hours out here. We got 6 matches on the card, including one pre-show match that was just announced pretty recently.
like yesterday or the day before.
Yeah. So Corey, do you want to start us off on the card here?
Yeah,
And-
let's look into our magic ball here and see what the outcome of this first pre-show match was going to be. We have the Hype Bros reuniting because Zack Ryder is back and he's taking on the Colons.
I think you said that wrong.
Colognes.
This match is going to upset me.
Why is that going to upset
I
you?
cannot stand Mojo Rawley.
Thank you, someone that understands my
I think
pain.
most people
Can't.
understand that he's pretty annoying, but
I just wish that Zack Ryder would just be on his own.
I think Zack's going to turn heel. I think he's going to turn
Actually-
on to Mojo.
Actually, I think I could see it being the other way around, just especially after the promo a couple weeks ago. That
Mojo's so polite and like straightforward and well
that's
spoken.
why you wouldn't see the heel turn.
No, but he's not.
Zack-
But he's not so established as like a baby face that like it's going to shock the world
Zack's
like it
like
did
jealous.
with Hogan.
Zack's jealous because they were in the limelight and
Oh yeah, no.
Mojo went and did his thing and won the Andre the Giant, and Zack has to be on the sidelines.
A couple weeks ago, they had Mojo Rawley like
Motivational.
handful of kids, showing him around backstage at SmackDown. They're not going to turn that man heel within 2 weeks of him.
I mean, they might,
They
but
should-
No, here's what's going to
only because that's too smart for WWE to do.
Corey hit the nail on the head. It's going to be Zack Ryder.
jealousy thing.
It's a jealousy thing. You won the armbar without me. You've had so much success without me.
Has he really had success?
You
the
appear
only-
on every other SmackDown episode without me.
Mojo
are-
Rawley is the only person to have a victory over Jinder Mahal since he moved to SmackDown.
Ooh.
He's main eventing like superstars weekly. Like these are things we need to be all over this guy.
Oh man, going over Grand Metalik on a weekly basis here. That's a.
Let's not spend too much time on this pointless match. What do you think? You get
I don't
Mojo?
think I don't think the heel turn's going to happen here.
No.
Hype Bros.
That's going to be on TV, but I think this is going to be the start of it. I think the Colognes are going to win because of miscommunication between
Wow.
the Hype Bros. It's going to be a miscommunication of sorts, and then it's going to show a little bit of a rift there.
That's good booking.
Yeah,
I think the Hype Bros are going to win.
I'm going to.
I think they're going to pop the crowd. Not that anyone gives a shit about either of these teams, but the Hype Bros winning is going to be more hype for the crowd than the Colognes winning. So I think the Hype Bros are going to win. We'll see the split maybe starting off on SmackDown. Something similar to what you said will happen on SmackDown.
I'm looking at this card and there's a team missing that is probably my favorite thing going right now.
The Ascension.
Yeah.
No, Breezango. Where's Breezango?
I'm sure we'll have a Fashion Files.
Oh yeah,
I bet we will.
They've realized that although they don't want Breezango in the title picture, they definitely want them on TV on a weekly basis.
I say give them the belt.
I agree. I would love to see them have a belt, have like the titles, but like I just don't think that they need them right now. I think they just continuously do Fashion Files segments every week until they think they're ready for the belts. As long as they're staying on TV, I'm happy. Like that's fine. That's good enough for me. Like I've learned with WWE to not set my expectations too high. So as long as somebody I like is getting TV time, cool. Let's run.
Wow, you're so.
I've been beaten down, and
Yeah.
and
We're
this,
also jaded.
this company has destroyed me.
I watch wrestling out of hate. Like, how did they mess it up?
It's kind of like the equivalent of like somebody on a diet standing in the mirror, like cussing at themselves, like you're ugly, you're terrible. Like, sorry, this is getting autobiographical. Josh, who's your pick for this?
The pre-show one.
Yeah,
I got Hype Bros.
Hype Bros.
I want that turn to happen between them, but I don't think it happens tonight.
It'll happen though.
Oh, eventually.
Oh yeah.
What about you, Sean?
The concession stand vendors at the arena, because that's where everybody's going to be during this match.
That's the opening match.
Hype Bros are going to win. I mean,
do you think a heel turn is going to happen, or a turn on each other?
Not yet.
We need a sound effect for like when one person picks something and everybody else picks everything. So until we get that, that'll be the sound effect. We have a Stone Cold What situation here where
Travis is crazy.
I'm going crazy.
I think I'm gonna have some crazy picks on the rest of this card.
You think so?
I think I will have the most different picks from everyone else.
We'll see.
I think. Let's move into the next match. What do we got, Travis? What's number 2?
So the first match of the main card we're going to talk about is the tag team match for the SmackDown WWE SmackDown. They mess it up every time they say it. They rearrange the letters, and it just annoys the hell out of me.
World, SmackDown, Heavyweight, Tag Team,
Intercontinental Championships. The Usos defending the titles against the newest addition to SmackDown Live's tag team roster, The New Day.
I am a fan of what the Usos are doing right now.
Oh, they're fantastic.
When they came out on Tuesday, just walking out there, I'm like, these guys are just fucking legit.
They're so good. Like, it's just like, now that it's super funny because we were watching Money in the Bank 2010 and kind of seeing how far they've come from
crazy.
Just like white meat, just kind of like not really anything interesting about them. Yeah, to like now they have a personality, now they have a character. It only took them 7 years to get it.
And it's very different than what they were right before this too. Like, it's a drastic change.
This is what they needed to be with a heel Roman.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everything would just be on fire
Solid.
I mean, now that they took the war paint off and the, just letting them be them, I agree with you guys. I'm more invested. The one thing I wanted to say also about this match is I kind of wish this would have been your kind of fatal 4-way match, because you still had the intertwining with the Colognes at the time,
right,
and Breezango, that I kind of wish. I mean, granted, they already had a female and a male Money in the Bank ladder match, but I kind of wish this would have been some sort of like fatal 4-way like ladder match with Breezango and the Colognes, and I think that would have been.
I hate this whole shtick that it almost feels to me like they're booking Breezango as they just really don't care about the belts. They just really want to do the Fashion Files, and they just really want to be like the police force of SmackDown Live's tag team roster. Like they haven't even like mentioned going after the belts at this point. Like they're just like,
I think they're cooling them down for a little bit now that New Day's here.
Yeah,
and then maybe around SummerSlam, hopefully there's something going on that's much bigger with them.
Yeah.
I think you could see a feud down the road with New Day and Breezango, because they still haven't.
I don't buy it.
They still haven't done the who ended up trashing the.
If only
the Office. So I mean, you could see.
Well, they just had that drawing.
If only there was. Yeah, that was a pretty.
We didn't find out because they didn't have a match on.
Yeah, if only there was a tag team that Breezango could feud with that was like former title holders and like hasn't been on TV in a while and has every reason to be spiteful and could potentially turn heel soon.
What if they had a manager?
If only.
What if they had
a manager? We gotta find them. They might be alongside of some dirt road. You don't know.
Maybe. I don't know.
You're talking about American Alpha?
I'm talking about American Alpha.
Are they on the ring crew with Ty Dillinger right now?
Yeah. So when they're done putting the ring together and they can jump in, they can feud with
heel American Alpha with Shelton Benjamin as their manager.
Whoa.
That would,
it makes too much sense, so it probably won't happen, but I like it.
He was recently cleared, right?
Yeah, but he's still not necessarily signed to WWE.
He's still got bookings elsewhere in the world.
Yeah.
Who you got to win, Travis? Let's just get into the bread and butter here.
My heart says the Usos, because I love what they're doing. To piggyback off of what Josh was saying earlier, I think the heel Usos are the best Usos. They have a great cadence in their promo delivery. They're just fun to watch. But you don't bring the New Day over to SmackDown for them to not win the belts.
But see, they're a team that doesn't need the belts. The way you kept saying about Breezango, New Day definitely doesn't need the belts.
Yeah. As much as I agree, I think they're gonna go. I think they're gonna pull the trigger. I don't think they'll hold him very long. I don't think we'll see another 400+ day reign.
Let's hope not.
I just want a Big E solo run already.
That's another thing to consider too. Like
they could stay the New Day.
Yeah,
they can be them as a tag and Big E on his own.
I'm gonna say New Day, and then once everybody gets their picks, I have a question for you guys.
Okay, Sean, what do you think for this matchup?
Well, first of all, like just touch on base and something we talked about off air. Really sick of the New Day. I'm kind of starting to feel about them the way we, talked about on the Extreme Rules pre-show that we all kind of felt about Enzo and Cass. Just they're
right,
same stuff, kind of over it. But that being said, they brought the New Day over to SmackDown for a reason. That reason, obviously, to me, is to put the SmackDown tag team belts on them. I think they put the belts on them tonight, even though I agree with Travis and
Josh,
that I'm sorry, it's been a long day.
It's 1:17 in the afternoon.
Yes.
It's been a long day.
I've been awake for an hour and a half.
Yes,
hey,
I really have. But yeah, I agree with Travis and Josh. I really like what the Usos are doing right now, and I'd like to see them hold the belt still. But
their day one is just way too H right now.
Yes,
it's way too H. There's
day one is H.
So you're saying the Usos retain?
No. I'm still going with the New Day.
No, the New Day is going to win. I mean, this is the whole reason they brought him over to SmackDown was to win the belts.
All right. So, Josh, how do you feel?
I'm going to Usos.
Ooh.
Usos.
I think they're on too much of a tear right now to take the belts off them.
I think, and I want to agree with you, but I also know WWE well enough that they just see the New Day and they see T-shirts and they see Monty.
But they're doing that. They're doing that without the belts.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yes,
Here's my prediction.
Yeah,
the Usos are gonna win.
Whoa.
I think they're gonna cheat. So
whoa! They're going to what?
They're going to cheat.
Nefarious
cheat to
means?
win. No,
Nefarious
not
means.
nefariously, but they're gonna cheat to win. And the Usos will win. New Day will get a rematch because they're gonna complain to a returning Daniel Bryan on SmackDown.
Damn, I hate that you're always right. God, that makes too much sense.
And Dan's going to be like, all right, you get a rematch. And they'll win the belts then, perhaps.
It's Dan now? You're that close?
Danielson. Brian Danielson.
Never heard of him.
That's how close I am. I know
with his
real
super
name.
long pauses. All right. Tonight. I'm just like, come on, man. The show's only 2 hours. You took up 45 minutes saying 3 fucking words.
Yeah, so Usos retain.
Okay.
I think they are very hot right now, and like has already been said,
they do look pretty hot right now.
They don't need the belts. New Day doesn't need the belts to be relevant.
All right, so a split table.
What's the sound effect for a split table?
There isn't one, but I did have a question. So, what variation of the New Day do you think we're getting this? Is Kofi ready for in-ring action, or is it?
He already wrestled.
Did he really?
Yeah, he wrestled on Tuesday.
No, you know what? I'll say this: if they're winning, it's going to be Big E and Kofi. If they're losing, it's going to be
Kofi and Xavier.
Yep.
Okay.
I think Big E and Kofi will be in the match, but they will lose.
Because in matches where they they kind of lose here and there, whatever ways. Woods is
only when the
match.
Revival's involved.
Woods is in the match.
Yeah.
Kofi can take a fall, and they can also even work on the injured ankle, and that could be one of the reasons why they win. They focus in on the injury because that's something the Usos do. Focus in on a body part. They could focus on Kofi's ankle.
Super kick the hell out of it.
Yeah, and that could be the
sweet shin music.
Exactly.
Love it. Corey, what's our next match?
I don't know. Let's talk about the female Money in the Bank ladder match.
I am fucking stoked for that.
Are you stoked on this?
I really am because I got some hot takes on this.
Oh no.
I have some hot takes too. Do you have hot takes, Travis?
My only hot take.
I'm not asking for your hot takes. I'm asking if you have hot takes.
Oh, no.
Okay. Sean, you got some hot takes?
No.
Okay,
none.
so then we'll start with Josh once we announce the participants.
Almost. Or you want to announce the participants?
Yes, just so in case people don't know. We have Charlotte, Natalya, Carmella, Tamina, and Becky Lynch. So those are your 5 women announced thus far.
Everybody on the SmackDown roster that's not in the title match is in this
Correct.
match. So.
Well, yeah, I think. Is Paige on SmackDown?
Paige is on
the ring crew with the Ascension and American Alpha and Ty
for
Dillinger.
TNA. No, she's on the ring crew for TNA.
That's got to be a pain in the ass putting together a 6-sided ring.
I'm sure.
It's like 2 more sides.
All right, Josh, what's your hot take?
I'm going to go ahead and combine the ladies' championship match into this. This is where I'm going to get fucking wild. Lana's going to win that match and become the new champ. Charlotte's going to win the Money in Bank and cash in tonight. And cash in on her tonight.
You think so?
I think that's 100% going to happen.
You're probably right. I don't know. I'll be upfront. The two Money in the Bank ladder matches are like the two matches that I am genuinely struggling with trying to come up with.
I think the whole card it could really go either way, except for well, I don't know.
Money in the Bank usually just it's hard to pick just because they're not necessarily going with the winner being the next champion. It could be the champion, 6 months from now,
right, or almost a year.
Yeah, and it's like on one hand, I could see a situation like that. Charlotte wins. Charlotte's cunning. Charlotte knows how to put herself in a position. But I could also see Carmella winning the freaking briefcase just because of the heel heat it would create.
Yeah,
I think that you have Charlotte win.
Oh my god!
And cash in tonight for the excitement.
I want you guys to close your eyes and picture this. James Ellsworth comes out and cuts the intro for Carmella, now including like Mrs. Money in the Bank, the Princess of Staten Island, and that's like the whole thing. The heel heat would just be like nuclear.
I could also see people not caring. She gets no reaction half the time.
It's a shame because she's actually a lot better than I think people give her credit for. I like Carmella a lot.
I think she irritates the shit out of me.
And she's
that's what she's supposed to do.
So,
but no, not in like a way where I'm like, damn, she's still good. Nah, she just irritates me. I'd rather her just be working at a Starbucks somewhere.
Jesus. It was a nail salon, actually, is where she was plucked from. Corey, what's your hot takes?
My hot takes, I'll just tell you my prediction for the match. 'Cause I know how it's going to play out. I got the text this morning. Vince finalized the plans for the match. So, Becky Lynch is going to win Money in the Bank. She's obviously a face and not a heel. Typically, the Money in the Bank is a heel thing. That company's a heel. Although they have had faces do it in the past.
Yeah.
Rob Van Dam won Money in the Bank, and he announced that he was going to face John Cena like a month and a half in advance.
And he was the only one to actually pick a spot and go, that's where I'm cashing in at.
I don't know if that's true.
I'm almost certain that he's the only one.
Cena did.
Did he?
Yeah, he like a week or two before he told CM Punk that he was gonna cash in.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I don't know.
But that was because
that
of
for sure
One
happened.
Night Stand 2006.
Correct.
So.
He wanted to do it there, and he was actually won and was ECW champion and WWE champion at the same time.
Even though that ECW title does not count.
Why doesn't it count?
I don't know. It's just, let's not talk about that. That was just a dark period.
Okay, so Becky Lynch is going to win it.
Yeah.
She assures Naomi, who wins her match later on tonight, spoiler.
Oh, here we go.
She assures her she's not going to cash it in on her nefariously, Travis. And Becky plays face all the way until SummerSlam when Naomi defends her title against Charlotte and wins, and Becky comes out and cashes in the Money in the Bank briefcase at SummerSlam.
Well, I got a question for you then.
Turns heel.
Does she come out looking like Tatanka again?
No. Jesus. No. She's Rufio. She's going to do Rufio. Xavier Woods did Rufio one time.
Oh, good Lord. Sean, go
Becky
ahead.
Lynch is going to win.
I'm going to say Charlotte's going to win tonight, and then she's going to cash in on Naomi
Tonight?
Jeez.
I guess if they're going to do a cash in tonight, it would
Charlotte
it would be all right, because last year they only had one Money in the Bank match. Dean Ambrose won it and he cashed in that night, and there was no Money in the Bank for a whole year. No mention, no one carrying around a briefcase for several weeks or months, and that's really exciting. So hopefully they don't. If they do both of them, that would be the stupidest thing in the world. But I think if they kept both cases, I don't think a cash in will happen tonight, because
it feels like it's been forever since
it'd be more exciting.
It feels like it's been forever since we've had a true Money in the Bank holder actually hold on to it for a period of time. I think Seth Rollins was the last one where I truly felt like, wow, he's got that briefcase. He's carrying it around with him forever.
It was beat to hell. It was all crashed in because he used it as a weapon so many times.
Because Sheamus won it after him, and he cashed it in like 2 months later at, what is it, like, I can't even remember what pay-per-view he cashed in.
Was it Survivor Series?
No, it was one of the summer pay-per-views. No, it was before SummerSlam, even. I wouldn't say it was before SummerSlam. But anyway, so Sheamus cashed in a very short period of time. And then, so we went like almost like 10 months without no Mr. Money in the Bank. And then Dean cashed in like 15 minutes. In 15 minutes, like the same night. Yeah. So I would like to see at least one of the two. I think it is more likely that it's going to be the men's briefcase that gets carried around for a period of time. I do think that I want
to see both. carried around.
This is the hard one for me because I could see them going Carmella. I could see them going Natalya because she, has never really been in the title picture like that.
Tamina. I know you're pulling for Tamina.
What's funny is I actually have to root for Tamina tonight because of Corey and I do picks outside of this as well for a friend group that we have. And I got shafted, so
he got stuck with Tamina.
Yeah, so we have like a Money in the Bank briefcase that we have for our picks. So we decided that everybody was going to get to pick a participant in the women's match, and then if that person wins, you get the Money in the Bank briefcase for this year.
That's pretty cool.
But the way we did it is whoever had like the least points last month,
which was me, and I did not know I was the worst.
Yeah, you
came
in last. Well, I didn't want to tell you. I didn't want to hurt you.
I was the worst. I also submitted like 3 different cards.
Yeah,
so I think my first card would have been really good.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm just gonna jump on the Charlotte wins, cashes in on Naomi sooner than later train. Like it just makes too much sense.
It's too obvious.
Play the what soundtrack?
Hold on. It's gone.
They give Charlotte every first.
That's true.
So I mean, I don't know why they would stop now.
That's true.
She's not the first person to win both titles.
What? That's true, but she couldn't. Oh yeah, she could have. Fuck. Alexa Bliss won it pretty quickly though, didn't she?
Yeah.
Heart says Charlotte. No, Heart says Tamina. Brain says Charlotte. Upper intestine says God knows. This could go anywhere. This match has the potential to be an absolute train wreck or an absolute classic. Who's excited?
Some of these women have never been in a hardcore match.
Who's excited for a Charlotte moonsault off of the ladder tonight?
No, not going to happen.
It's 100% going to happen.
She wanted to jump off the Hell in the Cell.
If you think for 3 seconds this isn't going to happen, you are not only is she going to do it, but she also has 4 other competitors to catch her. It's not like the Hell in the Cell.
To the outside of the ring?
Yeah, just put all 4 of the other women on the outside.
She's going to climb to the top of the ladder inside the ring?
Or from I don't know, dude. She will jump off a ladder in some capacity tonight.
I think the ladder on the outside and still jump.
Into the ring, maybe?
No, that would be like,
literally just a lateral move. So one other thing I did want to talk about real quick, and Corey and I were talking about this before we went on air. There's been a lot of rumors
swirling around
the internet that Mike Bennett and Maria Kanellis were on their way back to WWE. And that Maria could be a potential 6th surprise entrant into the Money in the Bank ladder match. Because they did actually...
What if Mike Bennett then is in the men's Money in the Bank?
I wouldn't buy it for a second. But Mike Bennett is going to be feuding with Ty Dillinger on Superstars. They literally, if they brought them back, I hate to say it, and this is not a disrespect to Mike Bennett. He's a fantastic wrestler and a much better wrestler than anybody sitting at this table.
If you're listening, we would love to have you on the show. But...
Mike, if you're listening, hit me up. AudioSuplexLive@gmail.com. We will get you on ASA and P.
But
he's going to be feuding with Ty Dillinger in a month. Like he's not going to. They're a package deal. They brought them back so they can get Maria, and Maria's. Money.
Why would they have to be a package deal? They have a lot of people on there. Like, okay, so Mickie James, she's married to Magnus in TNA. He's the heavyweight champion, or he was.
But what if it's something where it's like, yeah, I'll come back, but I kind of want my husband.
That's kind of what it is.
Because they're both husband to come with me.
They're both free agents at the time being. Like they're both like.
Why wouldn't Magnus want to be in the WWE?
Because he's probably in the middle of a contract with TNA.
Why would you sign a contract with TNA?
Well.
Gotta buy cat food.
Apparently, man. They have horses. They have a ton of them, I'm sure. Have you seen that? Have you seen his
dick?
Oh, good lord. No, I haven't.
That's Batista.
Is that what they call him, Magnus?
Don't they ask what Batista's dick looks like? Isn't that a thing on the internet?
That's a meme. So before we go, here we are talking about the female Money in the Bank match. We're talking about... All right. So let's move on to the next match. Since we were talking about the women's championship match, we have Naomi defending the title against Lana.
Are you sure that's how it's pronounced?
I'm pretty sure it's
Lana.
You know what? You're probably right. Lana.
I really wish they would have let her just drop the accent.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not fake. I mean, she did live in Russia for a long time.
Bulgaria?
No, in Russia.
Mm.
Did you listen to him on that? She was on like the Jericho podcast with Rusev.
I never knew that.
Yeah, that she talks about it. She was born here, moved there, and grew up there. But, so it's like her real. She obviously doesn't have it that thick, but
that's interesting.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's probably the most interesting thing about this match.
Yeah. There you go.
I guess we'll just have to wait and see how her training's been coming.
From what I've seen, like there's been like.
I like her finisher.
Yeah, it's a good looking finisher. It's
I thought it looked good, but when I rewatched it, it doesn't seem like it's as much impact As at first when I thought, I was like, oh wow. Then I rewatched it. I'm like, yeah, that's not really that.
Is she gonna wrestle in the dress the whole time?
Yes.
She's worn
in a gown.
She's worn wrestling gear before, like WrestleMania. What was it, 31 or whatever? She had
intergender match with Rusev and
no, it was a 6-on-6 women's match. I
think she comes out.
It was Brie Bella's last match.
She comes out in her denim outfit that she had with Dolph Ziggler.
Oh no!
She's gonna wrestle in that fucking thing.
Jesus. Here's hoping.
If she does, she's winning that belt.
Yeah.
She's wearing that denim jacket.
What if she did like shot for shot Dolph Ziggler's entrance, the whole nine, like with the jacket, I'm here to show the world.
She does the sweet chin music, like she tunes the band.
Oh God!
So she's copying someone that's copying someone.
She looks like one of those really bad Twitter memes that looks like it's been like reposted 800 times and it's like pixelated beyond comparison. It's just been like a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy.
I don't think that's how the internet works. I think you're thinking of a photocopy.
Sure.
The more copies of a photocopy, it gets worse and worse.
My big thing with this is like, Jinder Mahal wins the title. It's a huge shock because nobody saw it coming. Do they try to go to that well again and say like,
oh God, I hope not.
I don't think so, and I think it's misdirection for misdirection's sake. Like I think they're throwing Lana into the title.
I think they should make Lana look good. I think it should be a decent match.
She would benefit from it.
Give them a couple minutes. Don't make it super obvious that Lana's not good in the ring, especially if they want to insert her into the women's division as a contender. They don't really need jobbers in the women's division. They already have Tamina.
That's Mrs. Money in the Bank.
The largest jobber in the world, Tamina.
Anyway, I'd give me Naomi. I don't think it's. It's nice that they're putting her on the card to get her like that big, like she's here, she's a wrestler now.
Get used to it.
Also, Rusev's not here, so
that's all it reminds me is where's Rusev?
Coming back Tuesday apparently.
He better.
I thought he was supposed to come back tonight. I thought that was the whole.
That got dropped.
Oh, we just don't talk
Who'd
about
you
that
talk
now.
to about that?
Listen, I have sources. So give me Naomi, just because I don't think Lana. I don't think they're gonna do 2 months in a row where they go, oh my God, the underdog, the person who's never wrestled / was a jobber again, won. Like, no, that's not gonna happen 2 months in a row. So
that's why I think that she does win and she gets cashed in on tonight.
You're saying Lana
to prove that she's weak.
Okay.
I think Naomi wins. But the only way I see Lana winning is like Josh said, so they can have Charlotte cash in on her.
Because you don't think Charlotte would cash it in?
I think she's going to cash it in no matter what. But I think it's even more for certain that if Lana wins the title, that Charlotte's coming out and cashing in.
They typically do the ladder matches before.
Well, I don't want. I didn't see it, and I didn't want to because I know we're going to do this near the end.
You think this is the first match?
I think female Money in the Bank is going to be the first match of the night.
I think so too.
Because WWE
start off with history.
Well, because they usually, whenever they have 2 Money in the Banks, they like to do one
at
right
the beginning,
right off the bat.
And the odds of it being the men's.
And you're not going to waste your men's one. And not that the female one's a waste, but if you're going to get out of the two.
They typically did SmackDowns first because it was usually garbage.
So out of the two, I feel like they're going to have the women's Money in the Bank match, start the show.
So who's your official pick?
Naomi.
Okay.
And you think Charlotte's going to cash it in
Naomi. And Charlotte's going to cash in tonight.
On Naomi.
I can see it.
Yep.
I would love to see Charlotte carry that around for a while. If one person could carry it around and make herself feel like a big deal because she can cash in at any moment.
She would
and like threaten people.
Dick.
Yeah.
She would
like
be the
threaten the
biggest
champ.
dick
Like,
with it.
Oh yeah.
You better be careful.
She'd be fantastic. She's the second best.
But she's like face right now, so that's kind of tough.
Is she though?
She is. Yes.
And how long is that going to last for?
Until people stop buying her shirts.
I guess, man. I don't know, but
are they selling her shirts? I don't see any out there.
They have a few.
Yeah. If you're gonna do it with flair.
That one's like 3 years old.
Corey, what's your pick?
Becky Lynch is gonna win. She's out in the match. Naomi. Naomi's gonna win, but Becky Lynch is gonna cash in.
That's one for Lana.
And it's you,
Josh
right?
Josh is going lone wolf on us.
Yep, I told you, hot takes.
But she's not gonna hold it for very long.
No, she's gonna hold it for like 15 minutes.
15
That
minutes?
might even be a bit of a stretch.
If anything, it'd be like within 3 minutes.
If that.
But they're gonna let her go backstage.
It's a 24/7 hardcore rule.
She's back taking a shower.
Oh no.
She's eating a sandwich and just gets smacked in the back of the head.
On the phone with Rusev.
Cashing it in right now. She's like she's hailing a taxi.
In a hotel room with Enzo Amore.
And they fight in the back of a taxi and they drive around town and then like
I had all but forgotten about that angle, and I'm so upset with you for bringing that back up.
That's what I'm not the pre-show stopper for nothing.
All right. So we have. Are we gonna? Yeah, we'll go straight into the men's Money in the Bank ladder match.
I think this is the most up in the air match, of the night.
Literally.
Yes.
Because it's a ladder match.
I think this is the most uncertain. This match has the most uncertainty just because.
Okay, let me ask you a question: is Shinsuke Nakamura going to win this match?
No.
You're pretty certain about that?
I think he will be a world champion in time. Now's not that time.
You think Dolph Ziggler is going to win this match?
No.
Shinsuke Nakamura, he's on the wrong brand for the wrong belt. That man should be Intercontinental Champion from this day to the end of days. That man and that belt are like made for each other. Because if you know anything about him in New Japan, like him and the Intercontinental belt in New Japan,
but
were,
I
like,
don't know anything
inseparable.
about that, and that's what the WWE audience
But even
is.
still, from the WWE point of view, the Intercontinental belt was always best on a guy who is an absolute like workhorse and just can put on like really good matches and being good programs with just about anybody. And that I think could be Shinsuke Nakamura.
How many of the belts in the WWE are on heels, and how many are on faces?
A lot, and not a lot.
Naomi's the only face champion.
Yeah, I mean, there's an argument that Brock Lesnar's playing face in this feud against.
Right now, but he goes.
Well,
heel face every other month.
I said it last week.
Including NXT. She's the only face champion.
I said it last week. Like, Brock Lesnar's a heel in the same sense that a Hurricane is a heel. Like, it's not really... Like, Hurricanes don't play favorites. They don't care if you're a heel or a face. Hurricanes are here to destroy things and level cities. That's what Brock Lesnar is. He doesn't really play by the traditional heel or face rules. But he's on Raw.
He's definitely not a good guy.
This is a match that I think can go literally anywhere. There's maybe about 3 guys out of the 6 here that I could truly see being like Mr. Money in the Bank.
I'm interested.
AJ, Shinsuke, and
see, and my 3 are almost entirely different. Baron Corbin, I think Sami Zayn, and
I don't think Sami.
I would probably even argue Dolph Ziggler to kind of give him that little bit of a pushback. But
I think Baron Corbin's the most obvious. I think that's the one that they want everyone to think is the next guy. He hasn't been a world champion. He could benefit from having it.
He hasn't held a single belt yet.
AJ doesn't need it. He's too big. Nakamura doesn't need it. He's already up there. Baron Corbin's like literally just one step away from the next rung.
And I agree. Like Baron Corbin,
I don't think they're going to do that. But I think he makes the most sense company wise.
I would honestly hope they don't give it to Shinsuke, because the more mic time they give him, the less people are going to be behind him.
Right?
Because they're just making him look terrible right now.
In a briefcase like that, you have to be able to go out there and talk.
Yeah.
You have to. Unless you're going to cash it in right away, which Nakamura wouldn't do that. So
I would love to see Kevin Owens with it, but they're not going to do that because he's still the U.S. champ.
Right.
Kevin Owens,
he could always lose it.
Kevin Owens and that briefcase were literally made for each other. That is like, if I had in a dream scenario, he would be perfect because he can talk. He has that like, will he, won't he cash it in kind of like aura.
I think it would have been better if he had the briefcase before he would have won his first world title.
Yeah,
I think that would have been a cool way for him to finally do it.
Yeah.
Because that's why I was excited and sad at the same time to see him get in this match. And like, he's not going to win because he's still the fucking U.S. champ.
Yeah.
They should have a U.S.
I
title.
don't know, because I can still see WWE still giving him the briefcase even though he's the U.S. champ. I mean, they're not anymore. They don't really care.
They don't like their double champs. What was it, Seth 2 years ago, and it was only for what 3-4 weeks.
Yeah,
and then he lost the U.S. belt but retained his WWE championship.
Well, because that was against he lost the U.S. belt to John Cena and then retained the world championship against Sting. And then
almost killed him.
Killed Sting.
He ended Sting's wrestling career.
Yes. So, Shawn, I'm just going to go ahead and say it right here. You're picking Kevin Owens, aren't you?
He is.
I did say off the air I have my I think my safe pick and my I don't know,
smart pick.
Not necessarily safe, but not.
You're a dark horse.
Shawn, we need it. We need a pick. We need.
I'm going to go Baron Corbin.
Baron Corbin.
Wow.
There it is.
He didn't even. That wasn't even one of his picks earlier. Literally.
No,
45.
it was because I said my sleeper pick was Baron Corbin. My safe pick was Owens. I just couldn't decide which one I wanted to go with.
What? Okay.
Is anyone else excited to see what AJ's going to do off a fucking ladder?
Oh, I'm thrilled.
What if he did a style clash onto the top of a ladder?
Ooh.
Can I just say also that Styles Clash he pulled off on Ziggler a couple weeks ago was pretty amazing.
Can we also say whatever insane Styles Clash he does is going to be done on Ziggler because he's going to sell it like
he's going to sell the hell out of.
Well, not only that, but he's also the close. Him and Zayn are like the closest in terms of like size. And when
I could see him doing it off of a ladder, not onto.
If it's off of a ladder, it's Corbin. If it's,
you think he can do a Styles Clash
not
off
Corbin,
of a ladder to Corbin?
Not Corbin. I meant Ziggler. Because Ziggler will not only Ziggler got the size for it, but he also
he's a heel.
will.
It's a heel face, so you want him to have a big spot against him.
Ziggler will roll out of the ring and put himself in a fucking ambulance after that.
Yeah, he will be deceased. Dolph Ziggler, whatever he was born to, 2017, just R.I.P. Josh.
Wow. I'm going AJ.
Really?
I'm going AJ.
Wow.
Oh man.
I could see AJ carrying it too.
That would be good.
I think the least likely is Nakamura. I just can't see him carrying
I
it.
just don't think he's ready. I don't think he should, give him, a U.S. title run before you put the world title on him.
And he would like to be announced as the face that holds the case. AJ Styles.
AJ Styles. AJ Styles.
I think he would just do great with it.
That's a good pick.
Any of these 6 dudes would be a good pick. I think the least likely is, in my opinion, AJ Styles. But that's like he's still a great pick. Like they would be all fantastic with it.
Are you basing that just because you think he doesn't need it?
He doesn't need it. He really doesn't need it. Like he's already had the title, and he had arguably one of the best world championship runs of the past couple of years. Like he had a good run. He had amazing matches.
Your reasoning for not thinking he's going to win was your reasoning that New Day is going to win.
Different characters, man. Different people. I don't know. These are not easy matches to pick. All right, guys, listen. I
mean, in the Money in the Bank, there's not.
So hold on. Who did you say? So you're saying
New Day
is going to win the Money in the Bank ladder match?
Yeah, the New Day. 3 of them. Big E Langston is going to
So we got AJ. We got Baron. Do you want me to give my pick first?
Please do. No, you know what?
Sami Zayn.
Sammy. I knew you were going to say Sami Zayn.
I'm picking Sammy.
I'm between Sammy and Baron.
I think Sammy's going to win it, and he's going to do what RVD did, and he's going to pre-plan his title match
when Kevin Owens wins the world championship.
And he will lose his match to make him even more of an underdog.
Oh no!
And then he'll get a rematch and win.
You think so?
But he's going to lose.
I don't think he holds the belt.
He's going to
ever?
I don't think he becomes world champion ever.
Huh.
I just get that feeling about him. And there's something, I don't know, there's just something about him that I can't get behind, so I kind of just don't want to see it right now.
Is it redheads?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of gingers.
No.
I think the window's kind of closing on him. I know he's still early on, but it's just...
I disagree.
I just kind of feel like the WWE is losing faith in him.
He's on TV on a weekly basis. He's always around the title picture. Like I don't think the window is closed quite yet. If the window was closed, he would be on main event, jobbing out, Kurt Hawkins on a weekly basis.
But to me, there's no difference between him and Ziggler.
As far as
just like
where they're at,
their ceiling.
Okay.
Like I think
Ziggler's like what, a 2-3 time world champion.
That was like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So Sammy can win it, and then 5 years from now, you can say
he can be the.
I just think they're on that same level. Like they're in these feuds to lose.
I'm gonna go Baron Corbin.
I'd like to see Baron Corbin.
You're going with the money.
Let's go Big Breakfast.
Baron Corbin. You call him Big Breakfast?
Big Breakfast. If you got on Reddit,
are you keeping track of these picks? Everybody's on their cell phones. 100% of everybody.
I am keeping track of the picks. So
that's what I thought you were doing.
Yeah. Well, whatever. Suck it.
Who did you pick, Corey?
Sami Zayn.
You picked Sammy?
Yeah.
I mean, there's not really.
You're wearing a Sami Zayn T-shirt. You didn't even pick Sami Zayn.
Because
if I had a Sami Zayn shirt, I'd be wearing it and I'd be picking him right now.
His heart wanted to pick Sammy, but he just couldn't.
He wasn't even mentioned. He didn't even mention Sami Zayn.
I hope this match ends in like kind of like the scene from Mean Girls where they just pull down like the briefcase and said, you know what, we all deserve a piece of it. And like Sammy breaks it off in like 6 different pieces and everybody gets a piece of the Money in the Bank.
And they're gonna have a fatal
7-way.
Oh,
fatal 7-way elimination on 205 Live for the belt.
A fatal elimination
7-way.
7-way.
Oh,
Jesus.
Lord. All right.
You know, I'm fine with whoever wins this one.
I was going to say, there's not really one person in this match that I'm going to be like, man, if they win, I'm going to hate it.
I don't want Dolph Ziggler to win.
I kind of, in a weird, perverse way, do. I
mean, I would be okay if Ziggler won it.
I wouldn't be bummed. So we have one last match to talk about, guys, and that is the modern-day Maharaja defending his WWE Championship. Jinder Mahal faces Randall Star-Spangled Banner Orton in a USA versus the World match.
Or Kenneth?
Keith. Randy Keith Orton. RKO. I'm really tired of Randy Orton, and I'm just going to, what? Pick right off the bat. Jinder Mahal's winning.
Yep.
And he's winning handily.
I think a squash match would be good.
I was going to say, I want this to be a squash. Randy just doesn't look like he's into it anymore, and I'm tired of him wasting my screen time.
13-time heavyweight champion.
I've said this once before, and I will state this again. To watch Randy Orton wrestle is as much fun as watching paint dry.
He says he's got 10 more years left of wrestling.
Jesus. Yeah.
He's got 10 more years left in him.
I'm not going to get burned this time. Last Backlash, I picked Orton. I was rooting for Jinder, but I'm like, man, they're not going to give it to Jinder, and they did. We started this phrase that day: "Don't hinder Jinder." Give me Jinder Mahal.
All right, so it's my turn to pick. You guys are gonna love this.
Watch, he's about to go Orton.
So at Battleground, I'm just gonna tell you the main event of Battleground. It's gonna be Jinder Mahal versus Randy Orton. But the reason is Randy Orton wins tonight via disqualification. So the Singh brothers interfere, DQ. Randy wins. This goes on for one more month. Randy and Jinder at Battleground, and then Jinder will beat him there, and then move on to John Cena.
But when
he will beat John Cena.
When they face each other at Battleground, they have to find a way to keep
DQ match or a cage match or
but if only there was like a special
Punjabi prison
match, perhaps.
What? That is perfect. It's almost like they've planned this all along.
Yeah.
What do you think?
So you're taking Randy Orton tonight via DQ?
Yeah. Does that make sense with the Punjabi prison thing that I told you about?
It makes 100% sense.
I'd also say don't be surprised if Rusev shows up in this match tonight.
I don't know if they're ready to put Rusev in that picture yet. As much as it hurts my heart to say that, because I want to give Rusev every belt imaginable.
He might be entered into the US.
I'm just saying I wouldn't necessarily be surprised if he shows up in this match tonight.
Okay, we'll see. I don't know.
I would be surprised.
This is going to be a good show. I feel like there's a lot of potential here to have like a lot of cool plot twists, a lot of cool debuts, a lot of cool returns with like people like Mike Bennett and Maria Kanellis, and
I think I'm more excited now after talking about it with you guys.
Yeah, I think I got there.
I'm pretty pumped.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Especially those last couple matches, like it could really go. Oh, it's exciting. Yeah. The Money in the Bank, I think the men's is going to be.
Oh, it's going to be match tonight.
I'm just excited to see what. There's always one crazy thing where like someone just died.
Some insane spot, yeah.
It's gonna be Dolph Ziggler getting Styles Clash through a table or through a ladder or through a table ladder
from the top of the arena.
Yeah, from the rafters. So,
what do you guys think of the first match of the night? It's gonna be before we wrap this up.
Ladies' Money in the Bank.
Women's Money in the Bank.
What do you think, Travis?
Women's no, I can't say it because we all have the same pick. Women's Money in the Bank. I'm writing down everybody's picks for the.
This
last
is
match.
This is
wait. So you're the only one who said Orton?
Yeah, by DQ. Though. By DQ though. So.
But still, Orton nonetheless.
Yeah, Randy Orton's gonna win. Man, I like going against the grain.
That's why I went with Lana.
I guess we already talked about the cash-ins. You guys think Charlotte's gonna cash in? Travis, you didn't think there was.
I don't think she's going to cash in tonight. I don't think we're going to see either of the briefcases cashed in tonight. But I think the women's one will be the first of the two that gets cashed in, even maybe as soon as Tuesday.
I think the ladies one tonight, just because it would just make it so exciting and people would freak out.
For the same reason, I think so too. It's the first SmackDown Money in the Bank event, so they want you to talk about it.
How did you see that? Did you see the women's case? It's pretty slick. It's got the white with the gold on it. Can you imagine only seeing that once? All right.
We'll see it again next year.
Yeah.
So which match did you pick to go first tonight?
We all picked a women's Money in the Bank.
I didn't pick yet. I think we might open up with the New Day coming out. Hey, wherever we're at tonight.
St. Louis.
St. Louis.
They've only mentioned
it's Father's Day, and the father of Randall Keith Orton will be at ringside.
They've only mentioned it being Randy Orton's hometown. Like
maybe the DQ, maybe Randy gets DQ'd.
Cowboy Bob Orton comes in and fights off the Sings.
Yeah, and like for America, and they wave a flag at the end.
USA,
it'll be like that time Lex Luthor.
No, you were right the first time.
Luthor.
Lex Luger won. He lost the match, and they still celebrated. He won by DQ. That's what it was. He won the world title. He won via DQ, so he didn't win the belt, but they hoisted him up and had balloons and confetti.
That was in Detroit too.
Like you didn't win the belt, bro.
Lex Luger was something else.
It was terrible.
The Lex Express.
Oh my god! Don't get me started on Lex Luger. Anyway, so cash in tonight.
Yes.
No.
Okay, cool. So that is it.
I didn't pick my first match of the night. Oh yeah, I did.
You just said tag title match.
I'm sorry,
Corey.
This surge is getting to me.
What's coming up Thursday?
We're doing a special since this weekend is Money in the Bank. Thursday, we're going to do a special review of Money in the Bank 2010, which is the first year that Money in the Bank had its own pay-per-view. So we're going to go over that, me and you, retrospective recap.
Of Money in the Bank 2010.
What?
2010.
2010. That's right.
What?
That one was different.
There's different. There's like a... What? And then there's also... What? So, there you go.
So the second one just has a little bit more audience before?
Sure.
That was
cool. So we got that coming up next Thursday. We have a new episode of Erectile Dysfunction goes on next Saturday, I believe it is.
Yep, Saturday at 6:30.
Oh, nice. So make sure you guys check them out. Facebook, Erectile Dysfunction Pod, is it? I believe it is.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Same as Twitter.
Nice.
Check it out on YouTube. Subscribe.
Yeah, give them a sub. Tell them we said what's up. Tell them Audio Suplex Live sent you. Next week after that, we have Robert Lopez from Northwest Ohio Wrestling joining us here in the studio. Not this coming Thursday, but the Thursday after that. And then we have, what's the next Raw paper? Great Balls of Fire. We'll have the preview show for that.
That's
and
such
then
a terrible name.
Tomorrow night, Corey and I will try to get together and get our thoughts of Money in the Bank put down. It'll probably be a short little, like we've done for the past couple
20 minutes.
Yeah, 15-20 minute video, giving our thoughts of the pay-per-view from tonight. So be on the lookout for that. You can look on our Facebook. You can look on Twitter, Instagram, Zanga,
MySpace,
YouTube, LinkedIn,
Yelp.
Very business professional.
You guys got a live journal too?
Yes. So
We still got to hire a guy to make sure that's working.
Our live journal?
Yeah.
That's what Joe's here for.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to get out of here. We'll let you guys get ready for Money in the Bank tonight. Make sure you guys tweet us your thoughts while the show's going on, and we will see you on Thursday.
Hey guys, we would like to thank the band Wax for our intro and outro music. You can check them out at waxoh.bandcamp.com. You have been listening to the Nerd Complex Podcast Network.
You've been listening to the Nerd Complex Podcast Network.